Hey, Word of Life, this is Pastor Jason. Well, here we are. We're just a few weeks away now from the big move. We're real excited. Michelle, she's feverishly packing and cleaning and doing all those things. And the kids, well, to be honest, I think they're just ready to get going. So we're just real excited what God's doing. I need to give a shout out real quick to the Call to the Broken. Hey, congratulations, you guys. That is awesome. Man, I heard some great testimony of some things that have happened there already. So way to go with that. Okay, so here's the thing. I kind of thought you might be getting tired of seeing the same video over and over again. Well, that, as pastors, we like to talk a lot. But seriously, I have something I want to share with you that I feel like God's placed on my heart. But before we do that, I want to show you this. We'll be right back. We're all born with that sense that our lives are supposed to make a difference. We all have hopes and dreams. As kids, our imaginations ran wild with opportunity of what we thought God could do. Well, as we grow older and supposedly get wiser, we might face disappointments. At some point, we might look at ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves the question, God, how could you use me? Or, God, was that something that I just made up? Or was that really you that put that in my heart? But let me remind you that God is a good God, and He loves you, and He does have the very best in store. In John chapter 10, verse 10, it says that the thief is the one that comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But I have come that you may have life and have it to the full. You see, we must not allow our past disappointments affect or give us our sense of value or our sense of accomplishment. We must focus our eyes back on God. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. Or you might say it like this: my God is greater than any circumstance, problem, or challenge that I could face. So where do we go from here? Well, let me bring your attention to a principle that's at effect in all of our lives. Just like the law of gravity, there's a law of decision. And just like the law of gravity, it is in effect in our lives every day. You see, every day we're bombarded by decision after decision. In fact, scientists aren't even sure how many decisions we make each day. Some say 100, some 1,000. But what is important, what we do need to realize, is that every decision we do make puts us on a particular path. Let me say it like this. With every decision comes a destination, good or bad. With every decision, it lays the groundwork for our future. So let me ask you, where are your decisions taking you? Do you find yourself on that path that you feel like God is directing you? Or do you find yourself on a much different path? I remember when I was a kid, I loved to ride my bike. Man, it's all I did every day. If there was sunlight, baby, I was out riding bikes. One day I decided, I don't know if I was bored or what was going on, but I decided that as I was riding, I was going to look backwards at the same time. So I tried it. So here I'm riding my bike, doing my thing, and I look back, I count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and boom, I look forward and everything's good. I'm like, hey, that is fun. That's awesome. So I decide, hey, let's up the ante a little bit. I'm going to count to 5 this time. So I'm driving along, and I look back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I turn back around, and everything was good. Now, mind you, I was a little bit off. I wasn't going straight down the road like I was before. But I was good. I'm like, hey, this is a great idea. This is probably the best idea I've had. Tell you what, I'm going to make it. I'm not going to be a wimp about this time. I'm going to go as fast as I can, as hard as I can, and look behind me as far, as long as I can. And I'm going to see what happens. So I did. So here I'm riding, and I'm pedaling, right? And so there I go. I look back, I'm looking back, and boom! I find myself, I kid you not, I found myself laying flat on my back, laying on top of a 1970 Chevy, blue Chevy Nova. I mean, I was like knocked out cold, right? So here I am, I'm laying flat on my back, and I'm like, honestly, the first thing I did was sit up and make sure that I had all my limbs, I could still move. Okay, the second thing was like, my bike. I got to check out my bike and make sure it's okay. The third thing is I'm looking around to make sure, man, I hope no one saw how stupid I was being. See, I'd completely got off path. See, I'm driving along and I'm making poor decision after poor decision. And yeah, you know, the first couple times it went okay. But so I was kind of using my own head. I was like, hey, this is going to work. I was using my own decisions, my own value of what was going on to direct me. Well, that's so true in all of our lives, right? We go day by day living however we want. And before we know it, we're laying flat on our back. And we're like, man, what happened? Well, in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, it says this: trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He will keep your path straight. So let me encourage you. Dream big dreams. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Make decisions based on what you know is true and what God wants for you. And I promise you this, you will find yourself on the path, in the direction, exactly where God wants you to be. If you do that, you'll find yourself looking on and being on a path that's greater than you could ever imagine. Thanks so much, you guys. It's good to be with you. We'll talk to you soon.